Yo, yo, what's going on? Another watch list, this time for Monday, December 30th. It'll be another chopped up week, just given the holiday for New Year's, I believe, is a day off. Let me check here quickly. 2024. Yeah, Wednesday, January 1st, 2025 is a holiday. So, full day off. Nino, Tia, what's going on? Last time I saw you guys was Thursday evening going into Friday. Friday, quite the busy day for myself. If you guys over in Investors Underground, I hopped on the mic and did a little Zoom sesh midday on Friday with Stan and Sam. I went over all my trades live, executions, thought process, everything. El Jefe in the house. If you're in Investors Underground, you can check out that little video, Friday chill sesh. Otherwise, I'll do my best to remember what I did. They were all same kind of setups. ABAT, multi-day runner, OPTT, multi-day runner into resistance, IDAI, multi-day runner into resistance, LODE, multi-day runner into resistance, SES, multi-day runner, SLDP, multi-day runner. I think that was it. But I was trading all of those on Friday. SES was where I had most of my attention and most of my size. Looking for pops versus VWAP, any sort of blowout off the open. I was also on the broadcast Friday morning, pre-market. Laid out all these plans before the market opened, so if you're Investors Underground, you can check that out as well. But we got this opening range highs, fail, VWAP fail, hard crack, lower high. I'm leaning all through here, covering flushes. You get this bear flag or prior support becomes resistance. Leaning in, I covered it all in the 190s. I tried once more up here into a VWAP exhaustion, stopped out. And then it went sideways the rest of the day, so I left it alone. Could be one of those days that it looks like a great save, big wick, but it reclaimed. But if prior support from Friday starts to act as resistance, I wouldn't be surprised to see this back to this volume profile level. If it starts to build 240, 250, nothing I would fight. But I would use prior day's highs as a guide for a possible first red day. ABAT was the other one. I wasn't super convicted on this one given the offering here into close the prior day, so it wasn't it was no longer a plus for me. But once we got this move, we get this pullback, hard crack, lower high. I'm leaning into these VWAP pops, scaled through 360s, and I was covering all here in the low. I didn't cover here. I covered right around here. Missed the second leg down. LODE. Same kind of thing. Big gap up, blow off the open. We get that parabolic, hard crack, lower high, leaning here in the 70s, covering into flushes. OPTT, I was flat on. We got this hard crack, lower high, and just wasn't acting the way I wanted. I covered. We got this little pop, and then I covered here, right in the prior lows. They were just kind of flat covers, so each time I was covering was right before the next rollover. So it didn't amount to much. SLDP, this one was almost too easy. You get steady gap, steady gap, steady gap, a little range expansion, volume starts to pick up, and you get a monster gap up, blowout. never sees higher off of market open, so of course I covered that too soon. Was leaning here in the mid twos, covering here in the low twos, and it went sideways for the most part throughout the day. I was looking for that $2 breakdown and it just never came, but the fact that it held up, if I can get a $2 fail, I could see this going back into the mid to high ones, so I will be keeping this one on watch as well. Gallo, Golan, how's it going? RGTI, strongest of the quantum bunch, where its breakout continued and held up decently throughout the day on Friday. QBTS attempted its breakout through the 1040s off the open and then acted as a top the rest of the day. So usually the best short ops are failed long ops, and what this did was trap a bunch of longs over 1040. So I would expect pops towards 1040 to be met with selling pressure. If the low nines start to fail, I could see the sector start to roll over. Seeing as RGTI is the strongest, I think you'd need this one to drag the rest of them with it. Qubit, definitely the weakest of the bunch, didn't even test daily highs and closed right on the lows off the opening, failed fall through, retraced its entire move round trip and consolidating near its lows. So if I'm looking for a sector fade, it's likely this one. Break of prior bar's lows and look for a fader. QSI, this one was a laggard each time. The rest of them were going nuts. This one took a few days and did the exact same thing here. I never touch ones that are gapping up over the resistance. They typically fail. So I'm going to be looking for this to be the blow-off day and see if we can start to fail versus VWAP and get a fader back down. So not looking along these things at this point, but we'll look for the sector leaders to start to fail and then join some sympathy names. LAES, this one's just a bit too choppy for me. There's a lot else to trade. Don't need to force a trade on this one. Like there's easier money elsewhere. SES, I kind of went over my plan here. As long as 240s, 250 doesn't build, I'm going to be looking for pops versus prior bars highs. And as long as this is red, I think this fades back to the mid ones. But hasn't gone red in 5 days, so that will definitely be a key. LODE. I love the reclaim into close, gives another opportunity going into tomorrow. So same kind of thing, hasn't gone red yet. So I will be looking for pops versus prior day's range, would look for 72s to fail, and a red move, and look for a fade down to 50 cents. SLDP, big old gap and close below the open. For EMA is in the 170s. So any sort of flat or red open, same kind of thing, nice little reclaim into the close. Prior close is in the 210s, so gapping up so far. If we could get a flat open or slight gap down, I would use the 240s as a guide for a fade back down to the high ones. GTI, no overhead resistance nearby. We've got this 84-cent breakout on high volume, 1 day of rest, and then retakes trend. So it doesn't have a history of multi-day moves, but definitely caught shorts off guard after this weak close. Typically fades off near its lows, as it doesn't like to have multi-day runs, sustain momentum. But it held up over 84 cents on multiple dips. So I would look for weak opens to hold and a red to green trend join. If it fails, then it's just doing what it typically does and fizzles out on day 2. So I need to see dips hold and possible re-breakout. PDYN, big daily chart, $4 to 14, volume starting to exhaust. Decent red days, doesn't like to give back its whole move. It is a bit choppier, so I will have to be careful. But if it's red, I like pops versus red to green. If it's gapping up, I'd have to use prior day's highs as a guide. So those would be 2 risk levels in mind. For EMA is sitting sub 8 right now. So there definitely is some range lower. Yeah, right in here where this volume profile is right where the 4 EMA is sitting. So I will be keeping this one on watch for first red day. Higher the better. And FFIE, this one's starting to shape up pretty nice. If you recall this day, huge multi-day runs. Each time it's put in multi-day moves on this backside downward big picture trend. It's had nice failed follow through setups. So now we've gone from 1 and it's currently gapping up into the 220s. So I would be looking for higher the better. If we can blow out, I look for a possible sit back and retrace. Higher the better. Higher this thing goes, just the better the opportunity is. So cheerleading this one for now and looking for a backside move. So no first green days on watch. DRCT tried to go green on Friday and just immediately failed. Dollar volume on that one, 2.5 million. On a 250 close is just a bit too light, so I don't really want to be watching that one anymore. So tons on watch. But we'll try to narrow them down based on where everything is gapping tomorrow and make a plan based on that. I do have I think we're going to run into the same kind of thing. Let me pull up calendar here. I think we're going to run into the same kind of thing this week where we've got that holiday right in the middle of the week where Wednesday is a day off. So still be trading the 30th and 31st. So I might want to do on the 31st, I might want to do the watch list for January 2nd because there's no chance I'm going to be doing that on the 1st. So I think we'll plan for that. No watch list on the 1st because that's a holiday, so there won't be any action anyways. But make the watch list on the 31st for the 2nd of January. I think that'll be the plan. But yeah, got a family dinner planned this evening, so I was hoping to keep it light and tight and skedaddle. So if that's all we got, I do not mind hopping off. Plenty on watch for tomorrow. No problem, stuff and such. Alrighty, we'll leave it there. Goal of Monday, get in where we fit in, make some memories. Thank you guys for stopping by. We'll be back with another watch list tomorrow. And hope you guys trade them well tomorrow. Have a great rest of your evening. And I will see you guys in the room. Peace.